Morning all, Saturday morning, time for a shave test. This one might be a little bit more interesting. The other day I did quite an interesting little shave test. It was with a 20k edge, a CEFIRO synthetic 20k edge on my Filly Tridor, and it was an absolutely wonderful shave. However, I also tested, if you've seen my nonsense before, I've also tested a very rare IBERIA CEFIRO with its factory edge, which I only had just stropped and put a very light pasted strop on it. It was good, but it wasn't that good. So yesterday I put it on the stones, and I put it from 5k, 8k, 10k, 12k, likely, and then just a few laps on the CEFIRO. So now I can do a little comparison of what it's like from a factory edge and a little bit of light stropping now with a 20k edge. What I love is it's got that classic faultless mirror shine to the edge. There are no scratches whatsoever. It's just pure shiny mirror. So hopefully we'll see what the result will be. Also, another little surprise, I dug out a slightly older, very slightly more damaged razor. Now this is a Filly Series 1 double temple. It's got incredible amber translucent scales with the beautiful little scene, which is the squirrel and the singing birds. You can see that it's, if I can just put this up, you can see by the address that it's a Series 1. It's had a little bit of light staining on the blade. I've tried to do all I can. You can see that the gold panel is still firmly in place, but there was just a little bit of staining either side. The jimping obviously has had a little bit more, because that's where people's little sticky fingers don't clean the jimping off and it rusts. But all in all, I'd still give it a 95% mint. Anyway, let me first try, before my lather dries out, let me first try the CEFIRO, edged, CEFIRO edged, beautiful IBERIA, the IBERIA CEFIRO. The IBERIA CEFIRO, I'm not very knowledgeable about the IBERIA range, only that they are probably the best looking razor you could ever own, and obviously extraordinarily good steel. But let's put that to the proof. Right, I did give it a very light strop yesterday, because I'd already done the work on it. I'll just give it a couple more just to make sure. I'm using a Kaneyama, which is about the best you can get. That should do it. Just a few strokes. Don't need to put it on canvas, just on the leather. I did a very light, I always do a very light strop on canvas, very soft canvas, after I've honed, just to make sure that any little raggedy bits on the edge are gone. Anyway, let's see what happens. Oh my goodness me. Well, it's one of those edges where you can't even feel it cut. You can hear it, but you can't feel it. That's the only time you can actually feel, when you're going over some pretty thick stubble on your chin. Yeah. Yeah, even on the quite stiff stubble on my moustache, which I know it doesn't look much because I've got a lot of silver in it, but it is actually pretty bloody thick, and it's doing a wonderful job. Which always begs the question, everybody knows that a good straight razor shave is the best you can get. It takes effort and a little bit of dedication, but it's worth it. You want to try putting an electric razor on about 4 days of stubble? I wish you luck. Anyway, just wipe that one off. That's completely done, that side, with one pass. Let's try this double temple. This had been obviously very loved by one of the previous owners, hopefully the original previous owner. It's actually got his initials engraved. It's BR engraved on the side of the scales, which is a beautiful personal touch. It makes me feel quite honoured to own it, because obviously the previous owner hopefully passed it on while he was still in good health. I don't know, but it's something which I shall keep for years, but I'm only the owner for now. Hopefully, if this is kept in really good condition, somebody in the future I will pass it on to as the previous owner. Oh, listen to that. Yeah. Now the edge on this beautiful Series 1 double temple had corrosion. So to get rid of the corrosion completely, I put it to 3K, and a 3K edge will remove all the steel quite well. Look, tiny little weeper. Now, this one's good, but I have to say, it isn't quite as good as the IBERIA 14. The IBERIA CEFIRO 14 is actually just slightly cutting better. So, if you don't mind, 2 seconds, I'm going to put it onto the strop. Just give it a few little wipes. It was done yesterday, but I don't think there's any oxidization or anything happens overnight, but it's just to make sure. Yeah, so 25 laps. Yeah. Makes a difference. A few laps. I was a bit negligent. I should have actually done this earlier, but it can't be perfect. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that'll do nicely. What a difference that made. I was in a rush today. I've got to go out in a minute, and I just thought, I forgot really to give it a good stropping. You can't really forget anything, can you? Anyway, chaps, I'm not going to bore you to death. Thanks for putting up with my nonsense. But I do love to restore and try and put good edges on top grade razors. It's a passion of mine, and I hope you agree it's a worthy passion. These need to be saved. When I get them, there's usually damage. There's usually a little bit of corrosion. You know, that nothing's perfect in this life. But if you can restore them to this sort of degree, they will last me the rest of my shaving days, and eventually will give great pleasure to other people. So, I hope you enjoyed this little shave video. These are two exquisite razors. One more view. There's the IBERIA CEFIRO. Probably one of the most handsome razors I own. And here is a very old but very lovely Series 1 double temple custom. I say custom because some gentleman had beautifully engraved his RB initials. Isn't that sweet? Anyway, see you soon, guys. Thanks for watching.